Hello, my Rawlicious souls in the app. You have exclusivity to the workshops and direct contact to me. And I know many of you privately message me. So every workshop is based on the questions I receive. Obviously, you can use the community group if you want to interact in there. It's a fairly new app, and hopefully you've got everything you need to kickstart your health journey, weight loss journey, even your spiritual journey as well. You know, you've got the recipes in here. You've got the meditation, because we have weekly calls. You know, if you can't get on live, then there is the replays, just like this workshop as well. And then you've also got the exercises, the workouts, lots for you to explore this lifestyle. And I will be sharing more on intermittent fasting as well. And yeah, there's so many things in the app, but go with what resonates. Always start with the start here and then go from there and go where you feel called. If you're thinking, I need a recipe idea, or I'm getting these cravings, what could I eat? What can I replace what I'm currently eating? Or if you're feeling really motivated for working out, looking the programs that are on there as well to give you some direction and also confidence in going to the gym, because we've not only got the home workouts, but we've got the gym workouts as well. You've got the shred. And then, if you just want to just take some time to you, the meditations are so helpful, especially on this journey. And I share all my wisdom and what's helped me stay slim all year round without calorie restriction, without feeling deprived. It's been a journey, it's been a process, and I'm fast tracking your success so that you can feel great in your body, but not just in this vessel, but feeling great in all areas of your life, feeling confident, courageous, tackling those fears. And the one thing I want these workshops to be more about, I know some come in for the weight loss, but it's so much more than the weight loss. Yeah, we want to feel our best, look our best, feel agile, feel motivated and have the energy. But what are we putting through here on a daily basis? It's not just what we put through the system, it's what we're putting here, but it's all linked. And that's why I'm super passionate about the food, about the mindset. So we have a lot of work on the mindset, because really 80% there is the mindset, is the lifestyle, and the way we create, in the way we move every day, in not just our body, but in the way we put ourselves out there in the world. How do we show up each day? I had this conversation, actually, one of my Thai friends just this morning about, always be thinking, how can I be how that person would be? So if you're getting stuck, or you're thinking, why is something not working? A great question. I can't remember who said it, but really it's all about the questions. Was it Hawkins? I'm not sure. Or Charles Darwin. Could be wrong. But they said it's not the actual answers, it's the great questions. If you do remember, let me know. Let me know in the comments. It's all about the questions we ask ourselves every single day. Why, if we're feeling off, if we're feeling like we're going back to old ways, old patterns, then start thinking, well, what's happening? And I had this clearing technique, the number one last week, which was incredible. You all got great results from that. It really is amazing clearing technique. And it's good to have all these techniques in your arsenal so that you can utilize them in whatever feels resonant in that moment. Because, we using them interchangeably really helps develop these tools, this toolkit. And this one today, is all about clearing deeper. Let's get deeper. And, we can ask the questions. So back to the question, I'm going off on one, but the question is, how would a healthy person respond to this? How would a successful person, whatever that is to you, and I feel when I ask those questions, I always ask myself, if I'm out and everybody's eating fried meats, chicken, I'm like, what would a healthy person choose in this scenario? And sometimes we wouldn't eat. Sometimes they would go off and do their own thing or bring their own, or let's have a look at the healthiest options. And I find that way of asking the questions to me, what would a healthy person do? What would a wealthy person do? What would this person do? So it's a really good indicator to then, okay, a question to ask, what would they do? And that's all we have to do sometimes to shift. Sometimes we need the deeper work, and that's why I'm sharing this with you today. And I did the clearing technique 1 last week. There were some more questions. Again, it's about the questions, but this one is actually a statement. It's affirmation, and it's really powerful. If you've not heard it before, it's called the Ho'oponopono. I heard this over 10 years ago, and I thought it's so simple. How can something so simple work? And that's the great thing. That's nature. The more sophisticated and complex something is, go the opposite. We want simplicity. And this is why the way I live my lifestyle. So, Ho'oponopono, what is it? It's a series of 4 statements. You don't have to do them in this order. But just to give you a backstory before I give you the statements, I just want to share with you, if you've not heard of it before, how it came about. Now, there was a psychotherapist in Hawaii that healed nearly all of the inpatients that were very dangerous, that had raped people, that were really, like, to most people, insane, crazy, evil, some would argue. And this psychotherapist came about this method, and it's been passed down from generations to generations, but it's been diluted, or it's not being utilized as it should, and a lot of things, or the actual statements were hidden. It's not really, there's still a lot of people not utilizing it or even heard of it. And he healed, and I've heard of many other stories as well, but he healed most of those inpatients. Most of them ended up walking out there within a year or two, out into life and being back in society without the dangers. So it's like he healed himself, which in turn healed others. He healed the mental patients without working directly with them. He just looked at their profile, heard what they did, or looked at what they did, and he got triggered. And in order for him to heal those, he healed himself and he healed them. So he healed them without seeing them. So the statements that he was saying was, I am sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. I love you, thank you, please forgive me, I am sorry. It can be in any order, those 4 statements. And what happens is he has the trigger, he gets emotion. You get emotion with every trigger that we have, a response. And then we have the prayer to the divine, to the universe, to the source, to God, whatever you want to call it, works inside of you, clearing the triggers inside of you. So if you're dissatisfied, frustrated, angry, upset, sad, these emotions, these are triggers, and we can heal that through saying these statements. They have a powerful effect. What I've found is how I relate to it is actually, why are we feeling these emotions when something happens? Because to somebody else, they may not get triggered. It's like when you're in a car and you and your friend are in the car and you're getting frustrated with the slowness of not moving, with others cutting you up. But the other person is like, just chill out. I get this all the time with my friends. They're like, Toni, there's no rush. It's okay. Let them be agitated. Let them be angry, because it's only harming you. You're the one feeling that emotion, that negative, that uncomfortable emotion. So you're forgiving yourself for the unconscious beliefs that something is right or it's wrong. Like just when you go into a supermarket, you're not really conscious, you're whizzing around and you bump into somebody and you crash your trolley into them. And you're like, I'm sorry. It's the same thing. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. It's making the unaware aware. I didn't even know I had that belief. Just listen to the stories, like from last week's technique 1, is the stories that we have about ourselves, about others, are not always how they are. Someone else has a totally different story. The story I shared when the person was saying, oh, I'll never find anyone good. All the good ones are taken. So all we are doing is whatever's coming in, we get so much information through the conscious, but it's the filtration system, unconscious, that binds together all these thought forms and then passes them through to the conscious. And the only way you're feeling those emotions is because it's something you've been consistently repeating. And what this statement does, these statements, is actually clear. It clears the blocks. We all have distorted ways of looking at things. We've got a lens. How we look at the world is different to every single person. Everybody's on a different timeline, on different realities. What's your reality? What's your perceptions, your lens that you are creating? So can we heal that? Of course, we can continue to say these phrases that clears, that heals. I love this analogy as well of the street cleaners. They go in on the evening or late at night when everyone's asleep. They clear the streets away. They sweep every nook and cranny of everything. And then when you get up in the morning, you go to work, all the streets are nice and clean. And that's what these clearing techniques doing, is clearing the pathways for you to think new thoughts, new beliefs, new perceptions. There's an added statement, I forgive myself. What it's saying is letting go of that ego, letting go of all the drives that we have that are just ego focused. This refers to the divine, that actually you're asking for forgiveness from the divine because of the belief system that you have. If you want to delve deeper actually into this, there is many books out there upon. One that brings to mind is Joe Fatale, Zero Limits. And he did another book as well about it that gets it deeper, and especially into that last statement, I forgive myself. Just say them, see what happens. I guarantee that you're going to make some clear ways, because you're going to start to look at things differently and repeat them often. So every time I start to think of when I'm feeling agitated, when I'm feeling fed up or I'm feeling angry, I just repeat those words. Something magical happens. And sometimes I didn't know quite how it would work. And it's like that trust again, that trust in the process. It works. But you can delve deeper into this, how powerful it truly is. These statements are all specifically said because they are powerful. Just to end with my story, not so long ago actually, sadly where I live, there's 2 pit bulls in a cage that they're in there 24/7 in a small cage. They can't walk much. I mean, they can take a few steps and that's it, and they can turn around, but it's not nice at all. And I've done many things to help these dogs. I mean, everything that I can think of to help them, even risking my life, some would say, or even risking where I'm living. And it caused a lot of upset and trauma. I was traumatized by it because these poor dogs are in this cage 24/7. So, and the owner was very hostile towards me, and he would not let me walk the dogs, wouldn't let me do anything. They kept them locked in the crate. So I was repeating this statement over and over and over for a couple of days. And then all of a sudden, I just re-asked him, can I walk the dogs? I would love to. And he let me. And, it's like, part of me like, it was that coincidence? Doesn't feel like it was. I feel that something changed, something shifted in my energy. I was angry, I was upset, I was frustrated, I was in turmoil, I wanted to move. We'd only just moved in this property. And it was really painful for me. And I was saying these statements for 2 days because I was trying to figure out, how can I clear this? How can I, and the tool that I'd used many years ago, because a similar situation or another situation happened And it worked. I was like, what? Like, and now I have full access to them in restrictions, but still, I mean, now we're getting a bigger crate. There's a bigger enclosure. There's still some restrictions there and some resistance from the owner, but I'm continuing to do it. And whatever you want to change on the outside, do this work, because it really heals and clears those pathways. Try it and let me know. I'll see you all very, very soon. Got the meditation next week. I'll see you in there.